Why do I run? Well, I guess for the exercise. Maybe for the rush of dopamine you get afterwards. I mean, the days I don't run and the days I do run, I do see a difference in how I perform in school, and like I think it's also like a mental thing. It's like I feel like I completed something already in the morning, and so then I'm coming into school and everybody else has just woken up, and I've already done something productive, and so I already feel like, I've literally hit the floor running. Baby, I'm only 20 once, and you're only young once, and I think it's a shame if you waste your youth and you don't actually exercise. I mean, you're given this body, and you have like 10 years of prime physical fitness. You could be at your peak, and if you don't push it, if you don't push yourself to the limits that you have, then you'll never know how far you could have gone. And I think that's a shame if people don't. Like, if you're really overweight in your teens and 20s, it's like all your ancestors worked incredibly hard to keep you alive until now. Billions of years. And now you're just gonna, like, and here you are at your peak. And you literally, in the Western world, you don't have to do anything. You can just sit on your ass and just eat potato chips, basically. And you're not even gonna push yourself with exercise. I think that's kind of like a middle finger to all the hard work they had to do to just keep you alive. But maybe it's also, so I studied karate for 7 years, but because of arguments and differences I had with my sensei, he never let me, like, I never ended up getting my black belt in the end. Like, 7 years is a long time, and I should have gotten it. If I had done all the right things and I'd actually listened, I would have probably received it in 5. So for 2 years, I was just sitting around not wasting time. But I think maybe it's like a compensation. Maybe running somehow, exercise in general might be that for me. It's like, well, I failed there, and so maybe I can redeem myself in this. I'm not too sure. I really, that might be it. I think I have to break down. That's another question though. Like, I have to break that down in another video. But also, when I run, it's like it's a time when you don't have to think about anything. You can't worry about anything because it's like, well, what can you do about it now? And it's just maybe 30 minutes of your life in which you just drown everything out, all your fears, and in the end, you come back and you're in a better mental state to deal with the situation. All right. Is that it? No. I think maybe it's also fundamentally inside of all of us. I mean, you see it if you go to Africa, depending on the part. Like, if you go to Kenya, and you go to the Masai Mara, see these tall African tribesmen who just spend their entire day running. I mean, our bodies are designed to just go, to outrun, like they these tribesmen, they run after zebras, and when the zebra, they just chase after it all day, and then finally the zebra will once it falls over from exhaustion, then they spear it down. It's like they get water in the morning, get some food in the morning, and then that's it, and they come back home. Like 12 hours of just running straight. Our bodies are meant to, or they're designed to move. And that's probably one of the biggest problems. One of the biggest reasons why we have like some, maybe one reason why there's such rampant mental health issues with like the millennials and Gen Z. Maybe it's because I mean such high levels of like obesity. And if you're obese, then that means like you have chemical imbalances, potentially if you're not eating right, and that doesn't help if you're already predisposed to get or already have mental health issues. It's like it doesn't. It's like putting gasoline on a forest fire. It doesn't help anything. It just makes things worse. But that doesn't mean that if you start running that it would get rid of all those problems, but it would be better. I don't know. I'm just thinking. There are probably there are a lot of people don't run probably because once you do something like that, it shows you your endurance, and I think deep down we all know that we should be able to be reasonably physically fit. And if you can't even run a mile, can't run half a mile, you're just. I think most people just don't want to deal with that. A lot of people spend their entire lives literally running away from conflict or running away from reality, and maybe that's something that physical. You can't hide that. You can't cheat it. You can't be like Donald Trump's a billionaire, but he's also very overweight. So it's like it doesn't. It's probably one of the few equal things in the world. Is if you put the time in, then you can be better than anyone, or even better than people who are genetically predisposed to do things, like their genetics help them with becoming an exercise addict or whatever. Maybe it's also an outlet for me. I mean, I can just get rid of stress and maybe it's also a way to. It's like another hobby. Like I don't know. I live my life and I'm trying to do as many things at the same time and meet as many people, and maybe it's just another outlet to meet more people by running, learn more things. It's also like a very diverse group too. People who exercise. It's not just rich people. It's everyone. I think that's one of the beautiful things about like exercise, even martial arts. Like everyone's on the same playing field, and people who put the time in are better than people who haven't put the time in. And eventually, like, it's to a certain degree equal. It's more equal, I will say. It's more equal than most things in life. Now, this doesn't mean that everyone can reach the same level, but you can go far. Maybe I should enjoy pushing myself. Enjoy seeing how far I can actually go. Maybe I wish I did. I don't know. I don't think I wish I ran more in high school. I did, and I injured myself. twice. And I think that's also a danger with physical exercise. If you're not aware of it, you can get injured pretty easily. And the injuries mount up. Yeah, I think those are my thoughts.